Welcome students, this is Professor Pushkar Shinde. So we'll continue with our machine cycles that we were discussing in the previous session. In the previous session we have discussed about non-pipeline timing diagram. Today we'll discuss about pipeline timing diagram. So it will be a pipelined machine cycle. It uses a pipelined address. Address pipelining is the option of requesting the address and the bus cycle definition of the next internally pending bus cycle before the current bus cycle is acknowledged with ready bar asserted. That means for pipelining, the next address bar has to be made active and the previous bus state is used by the next machine cycle. So the previous bus state ready bar is not activated, and before that itself the next machine cycle starts. So what happens is that the address bus and the other signals are latched basically. So the next machine cycle uses the previous bus state to execute the machine cycle. So for that the NA bar signal has to be activated for the pipeline machine cycle. NA bar is sampled during the wait state of the previous machine cycle, non-pipeline machine cycle. So for pipeline machine cycle, we require at least one wait state from the previous machine cycle, and then the pipeline machine cycle can begin. So in the pipeline machine cycle, in the previous bus state of the previous machine cycle, NA bar signal is activated. NA bar, that means when it is low, it is active. So when the previous machine cycle is going on, then the next pipeline machine cycle address bus is loaded with the value. For that the ADS bar is also made active, that is low value is put into the ADS bar, which indicates that valid address has been put into the address bus for the pipeline machine cycle. So during the bus state of the previous machine cycle, the address bar is loaded with the valid value of the next pipeline machine cycle. So what mainly happens in case of pipeline machine cycle is that more access time is available for the pipeline machine cycle. It gets the previous bus state and plus the two bus states of the pipeline machine cycle. So it gets 3 bus states for executing the pipeline machine cycle. So basically when the NA bar is asserted, that is active low, that time basically the non-pipelined machine cycle has not completed its data transfer, whether it's a read machine cycle or write machine cycle. That means ready bar has been made active high. That means it's not, ready bar is not made active, rather it is made high value, so it has not completed the non-pipelined machine cycle. We see that in the diagram. So basically the next machine cycle starts before the previous machine cycle has completed. That is what it indicates. When the NA bar is made active, the BS16 bar should also be negated during that bus state. If NA bar and BS16 bar are both sample asserted during the last T2 period of a bus cycle, BS16 bar asserted has priority. So BS16 bar also has to be set when doing the pipeline machine cycle. You all know that BS16 bar, when it's low, it's a 16-bit data transfer. When BS16 bar is high, it indicates a 32-bit data transfer. It is active low basically, BS16 When the NA bar is activated, that is NA bar is made low, the next address of the pipeline machine cycle gets loaded into the address bus immediately in the next bus state. So whenever NA bar is made low, in the next bus state, the pipeline machine cycle address gets loaded in the address bus. So the address of the non-pipeline previous machine cycle gets latched basically in the latch. So you have in the address bus the address of the next machine cycle, whereas in the latch you have the address of the previous machine cycle. So this is the pipeline timing diagram. It is having cycle 1 as a non-pipeline write, cycle 2 as a non-pipeline read, cycle 3 as a pipeline write machine cycle, cycle 4 as a pipeline read machine cycle. So you are already comfortable with non-pipeline read and write machine cycle, which use the W/R bar, ADS bar, NA bar. So these signals are used by the non-pipeline read and write machine cycle. So they are as usual as they are used in the non-pipeline machine cycle. The new thing that we are going to look at is the pipeline write machine cycle. So as I told you, for pipeline machine cycle, you have the NA bar which gets activated in the second bus state of the previous machine cycle. So cycle 3 is a pipeline machine cycle, cycle 2 is the previous machine cycle. It's a non-pipeline read machine cycle. So during the T2 bus state of the non-pipeline read cycle 2 machine cycle, NA bar is made low. That indicates that now a pipeline machine cycle is going to start. So immediately in the next bus state, there is a ADS bar is made low, which indicates that valid address of the pipeline machine cycle has been loaded in the address bus. The ready bar is also made high during the previous machine cycle. That indicates that the previous machine cycle has not completed. So the previous machine cycle gets completed later when the ready bar is made low again and the non-pipeline read completes. That is, from the memory the data is copied into the data bus. And then since it's a pipeline write, the ready bar is made again active low during the T2P, that is the second bus state of the pipeline machine cycle, and that is when the write operation is completed. That is, from the data bus the data is copied to the memory. So in this way you can easily see that the pipeline machine cycle has one extra bus state other than the two bus states which are always there for a machine cycle. You have an additional bus state available for doing the data transfer. That's why we say that the pipeline machine cycle has increased access time available with it. So in the pipeline machine cycle we have additional access time available. The access time gets increased in a pipeline machine cycle, and it is done using the NA bar signal. Pipeline machine cycle is executed using NA bar signal. The NA bar signal indicates that the next machine cycle is a pipeline machine cycle. Similarly, the cycle 4 is also a pipeline machine cycle. So again in the previous bus state, the NA bar is made active low, that is, it is made low, and ADS bar is again made low in the next bus state. And then the address bus gets loaded with the valid value of the cycle 4 pipeline machine cycle, which is a pipeline read machine cycle. Now since it's a read machine cycle, the data bus will read from the memory, so it is shown by in. From the memory, value will be copied into the data bus, so it's shown as in, whereas the cycle 3 was a write machine cycle, so from the data bus data will be stored into the memory, so it is shown by out. So you have a read pipeline machine cycle and pipeline write machine cycle which have been shown. So ready bar is again made low during the second burst state of the pipeline machine cycle, that is when the data transfer will happen from the memory into the data bus. Similarly, for the cycle 3, ready bar was made low in the second burst state, that is T2P of the pipeline write machine cycle, and that is when the ready bar was made low, data will be copied from the data bus into the memory. So this is the concept of pipeline write and pipeline read. Remaining signals are similar to non-pipeline read and write signal, that is W/R bar, ADS bar, BS16 bar, address bus, M/IO bar, D/C bar. All are conceptually similar to the way it works in a non-pipeline read and write machine cycle. BS16 bar has been made high, that indicates that it is a 32-bit data transfer will take place, and it has been asserted, so it is a 32-bit data transfer which will take place. So now I hope you are comfortable with non-pipeline machine cycle and pipeline machine cycle and the concepts associated with it. Thank you.